Okay, hello everyone and welcome back to Common English Mistakes. Don't just learn, improve. So today I've got another false friend mistake for Spanish, Italian, Portuguese, French speakers. But then there's also a very common preposition error which is useful for everyone. So anyway, the mistake is up here. My friends were discussing about politics. They were really angry. So just pause the video and try to correct the sentence. And well done if you said they were arguing about politics. So make sure when you talk about people disagreeing strongly and talking in a very angry way together, you use the verb argue, not the verb discuss, which might look like another verb in your language. With no object, we just use argue. My friends were arguing. With an object, they argued about politics. And for when we have a normal conversation, we talk normally, we use the verb discuss. However, if we look at this sentence, my friends were discussing about politics. It was an interesting discussion. There is a mistake. So just pause the video again and try to correct this sentence. And well done if you said you argue about something, but with discuss, you just discuss something. No preposition. My friends were discussing politics. So just watch out for this one because it's not terribly obvious. Discuss, no preposition. However, when we use the nouns, maybe as part of a phrase, have a discussion, have an argument, here we do use about. My friends had a discussion about, my friends had an argument about politics. And finally, someone who argues a lot, you can describe as argumentative, the adjective. There is kind of an adjective for discuss, discussable, but to be honest, don't worry, there's not much context for it. And while we're here, there's another useful meaning for argue. So just look at this sentence and think what it means. Some people argue that cigarettes should be illegal. And well done if you said this is for when we say or give our reasons for why we think something or our opinion. We can argue that, optional, plus a clause, and we can argue for, plus a noun or verb ing, argue against, plus a noun or verb ing, and then have an argument for or against. Noun, verb, ing. And one that might be useful to use in conversation or maybe in an exam like FCE, CAE or IELTS is the phrase I would argue that plus a clause. So for example, I would argue that cigarettes shouldn't be made illegal. I don't think it's a good idea. So explanation over. Hopefully that's a bit clearer now. Just watch out when it's a normal conversation, you're using discuss, discussion. When it's angry, argue, argument, and be careful with discuss because there's no preposition. Just before we do an exercise, once again, if you find the video useful, do make sure to hit that subscribe button and help this channel grow. Be much appreciated, guys. When you're ready, let's practice and improve. Just pause the video and put one of the phrases from the lesson into these sentences. And well done if you said before Christmas I always discuss what presents I'm going to buy with my sister. Make sure we don't buy the same things. I would argue that Rio is the most beautiful city in the world. I sometimes get into arguments about politics with my friends. I think people discussing football all the time is really boring. And then the last argument I had with a stranger was in a visa office. We argued about documents. My friend can be very argumentative, especially when we are discussing economics. I think this one works best in the context here. And an argument for banning cars in city centres is cleaner air. but an argument against this is that some people need a car to get around. So now just pause the video and write, say, or discuss the same sentences for you. And finally, today's question: what do you discuss or argue about with your friends? So do write those answers in the comments, guys. Good for you, you can practice. Good for me, helps the channel grow. Anyway, that's basically it for today. A little one, but a very common mistake, so do just watch out. Discuss if it's normal, argue if it's angry, and argue about, but discuss no preposition. Other than that, once again, if you find the videos useful, make sure you like, subscribe, tell your friends, and I'll see you in another video in the next couple of days. Until then, see ya!